next piece I'm playing is Bach's Keyboard Toccata in D minor, BWV 913, like the Kansas area code. The Keyboard Toccata is significant in that it represents the convergence of many popular genres and styles of which Bach was an heir. Many musicologists have called it a close relative of the Karelian sonata because it follows the popular template of slow, fast, slow, fast. And you'll hear it here, but instead it's exchanges between improvisational passages and large-scale fugues, which brings me to the next point, in that this genre allowed Bach to bring together all the facets in which he was most talented, which was fugal writing, of course, and tonal exploration, and keyboard improvisation as a keyboard virtuoso that he was. We believe that this particular toccata was composed in 1708. However, we don't have it in Bach's hand. It's in Johann Christoph Bach's hand, one of the Bach children. And so the exact date is unknown, but if that's correct, then Bach would have been 23 when it was composed, right? Okay. So Bach would have been 23 years old, which for Bach was younger, and these genres definitely represent an experimentational period for Bach. The exact order in which these are composed is a bit controversial. There seems to be a unanimous consensus, however, that the D minor is the first, and there's also unanimous consensus that this is probably the most romantic of them all, which just goes to show how much Bach was experimenting with the fugue and with tonal centers. The Stilus Fantasticus, the fantastic style of which he was also an heir. So I hope you'll get the impression of spontaneity that comes from these pieces. So that's that. A little reflection on Bach, who's one of my favorite composers to play. Just before NASA was going to launch the Voyager spacecraft into space, there was a press conference in which the eminent Dr. Lewis Thomas, a physician and physicist, was addressed and asked what one message representing mankind he wished to send into the outer galaxies and its potential inhabitants, what one representation he wished to send. And his answer without hesitation was the complete works of Johann Sebastian Bach. And then there was a long pause. There was a long pause in the room, and he said, but that would be boasting. So the Bach Toccata in D minor. you.